Hey guys, how's it going? Hunter here. State 620, ELK. Alright, let's go over defense. So, we've got the Alliance Center here. Let's just orientate on the map real quick. LI4 is over here. PF1 is here. And EL3. So we have a little triangle. 1, 2, 3. EFK is over here, and because of that, EKL, the side of the map is one of the longest ways to tile. I doubt many opponents are going to want to tile down the side of the map. The most likely thing that we're going to see, what we saw today, is them starting over by FR4, because right next to FR4 in this area right here where I'm tapping on the screen, it's just unfortunately the closest part that we don't have enough farms to keep on pushing the wall back. So in general, most opponents, when they look at the map, they're going to choose this as their starting point. And the natural path is going to be directly between PF1 and EL3. And I really think this is where we have to focus a lot of the defense. We can move some of these buildings around at PF1 to make spots for castles. And we also need to fill the alley with C19s. We also need a few on this side, just in case. Maybe about 3 or 4 between PF1 and this border. But I think we need quite a few in here. And what we can do is we can share the login information to other players. Because personally, I have 9 C19s. And I can hop back and forth between 1 or 2. But I'm also, if I'm trying to pay attention to the attack, then I can't really do much there. So we really need to have a frontline defense here. And then for the guys that were online for the duel for 621, you notice that they also had alley, and that's where they chose their defense. And what they did was they had castles from the main alliance mixed in to the alliance centers. So for us, that would be PF1 and EL3. No reason why we can't do that. And as we got closer, they started taking tiles, in between, so that they had a mix of alliance tiles ready to go. And what they were doing is they were punching holes to place new farms directly in our path. So I think that's the biggest change we need to make on defense, is having a really active farm wall. And what those farms need to do is not allow holes to be punched. So let's just say that these blue tiles are the enemy's path. Looking at the map right now, there is not a place where they could take one tile and punch a hole. They could take these two right there and right there. Then they'd have a 2x2. But the goal of the farms is not only to block their path, but to pay attention for hole punchers. Because when 621 was coming, they just kept on opening holes. And what they were doing to us is paying attention to when we were trying to punch holes, and they were clearing those tiles ahead of time. So right here, let's say we had the ability to punch out this tile and open up this area. They were using their farms to take other tiles that would make that impossible. So that's why it was really hard for us to keep on opening holes, because they were just closing off all possibility. And that's besides taking tiles in front of the enemy, that's the biggest thing we need to work on defensively, is not allowing the hole punchers to just make 20 spots. Because during the duel, by the time they made it, this whole area right here that I'm showing, this whole area probably had about 10 or 12 enemy castles, maybe more, inside of it. And the whole way, all the way from our alliance center, all the way to FR4, they were punching holes the whole way. So when I was talking before about the change in defensive strategy, that's really the big one. The other thing is, we do need to have some spots in the alliance center and some defenders there. But what I want to do is have our attack castles start the duel in front of the alliance center. So let's say we had one castle. Let's say my castle is here. When I go to the other state, it's still going to be protected as a ghost castle, so it's not like they can take the spot. But what we can do is have immediate access right in front of the alliance center with our castles. I could either come back and take the spot for myself, or I could come back, random teleport away, and someone with fresh stamina could come and take the spot. And that's another way where we can have a last line of defense. Those are the biggest things that we need to work on. All these holes are going to be patched, and everyone will place buildings to fix the damage from the last duel. But anyone that speaks English should try and help those that don't. I'm going to write this in paragraph form so it can be translated on Discord. And I'll make another one of these videos going over the attack. The only thing also that I noticed, and we'll have to do this with our farms and academy, is there were probably 6 or 7 giants that they were able to rally and have instant spots, which sucks. But yeah, the academy's in bad shape. All these buildings need to be moved. No one's listening over there. But they do help us with cleaning, and it is very appreciated. And there are some active players in there. Okay. Any questions? Ask them. Quick recap. We're from now on going to assume that everyone's going to want to go between PF1 and EL3. The number 2 option is going to be between PF1 and the border, which is the less likely in my opinion. We can have some tiles over here. It's probably a good idea. It looks like we have a few alliance tiles. We should probably spread a little bit more in this gap. But this is just a giant wasteland of Li4 tiles. And they're the same time as us and pretty active. And if you look at this side of the map, they actually have a really big tile wall over here. Look at this. It's just going and going and going. They would have to start over here. They would have to go past Gur. Then they would have to maneuver their way past War Farms, Li4 Farms, War Academy, through this giant mess of Li4 and Li4 farm tiles. Next to War, and then between Li4 and War, then get to us. That's why we're going to focus as much as we can right here. Right between EL3, PF1. C19 farms, all in this area. Everywhere in here. C19 farms. And we're going to spread out the login information to whoever needs it. I'm going to make another video about attacking and a few things we're going to change on that. But I wanted to get one of these done and post it up so that if anyone has any questions, they can ask. I know, it's just a game, but might as well, if we're going to do it, might as well try and do it our best. So, good luck, guys. And for anyone that watches this, thank you. All right. There's Charlie the cat.